Good morning. Welcome to Tarot Combo. We'll draw two cards from my very first deck of tarot cards. I guess I say that because I feel very connected today, and this deck, I should probably get rid of all my decks and just go back to this one. It just feels the most connected, probably because it was my first, but who knows. Irrelevant. Wasting time while I'm shuffling. So we'll draw two cards and feel into the energies. You know how this goes. All right, what's here today? We have the Four of Swords, challenged by the Seven of Cups. Oh, mama. So, Four of Swords is one of self-care and introspection and going into the stillness to seek your wisdom, your knowings, your connection with your higher self, if you want to think of it that way, your innermost self. And then it's challenged by, oh, looky out there, look at all the shiny things that I want and desire and could have, actually. They're all wonderful things. Like what? And it's not a bad thing to daydream and want those things and want to bring them near to you. But this feels like a very clear, like how is all of this getting in the way of this? Where are you going outward when you're really being called inward? Man, is there any more to say? Yeah, because you might think like, oh, how are these two related in terms of like, well, they're not bad things. There's no good or bad. Anyway, but this idea of daydreaming, well, what do I want in this life? What do I want to manifest, if you want to use that word? Like, what do I deeply desire to bring into my reality? That's not a bad thing to think about or daydream about. The things that are usually being called into question is like, when does it tip too far in one direction and we're being called back into the other direction? So this is like an outward seeking energy. This is an inward seeking energy. Where are we a little imbalanced in this way and we're being called back in? So how these relate to me is like, no matter how far you are out here on the like, like possibilities and curiosity and openness and daydream, like that's all like beautiful stuff. And how do we then arrive at an answer, at a direction, at our next step? Whatever you're seeking to bring this into your reality, how do we get from A to Z? It's through this. So this feels like a doorway. It's like, it's the how to bring this into our lived experience, to anchor down. Oh, this is my big yes. This is the one I want, whatever that is, as far as like what you're trying to bring into your lived daily life experience. The logic part of the brain would say, well, this one makes more sense and it's like cheaper or quicker or whatever. But this is the one that says, okay, be quiet. Logic part of the brain. My inner deepest knowing knows the answer. And unless we give it time and space, we can't hear it. This is so funny because the Daily Spark question I just did is very much related to this energy. Why am I not surprised? It's probably why I was being called to use this deck. So anyway, go back and maybe watch that video if this energy, if you're resonating with it because it's like right here, right now for you, maybe go watch that little video to see if you resonate with any of that. I don't know. Go watch anything your algorithm serves up. Sometimes I feel like our algorithms on YouTube are conscious. I love it so much. That's a whole other video about AI like our sense of agency, how we use AI. Oh, I love thinking about this stuff. Again, in life, there is no right or wrong. There are only degrees of separation.